Hi friends and welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan Abair and this is where I share my insights, and today I'm talking about how do you recognize if you're going through a transition. Part of our understanding about the universe is to see how cyclic it is and how you're going to go through various incarnations in life. And recognizing these transitory periods helps you not freak out, but to understand that you are an evolving creature and that you're headed for great things. Stick around and I'll explain. Life has form, just like a piece of music. If you've been watching my channel a long time, you know that I spent 25 years as a professional musician, so I'm going to be talking about my artistic interpretation of the universe. And the universe allows us to describe it in so many ways. Artists describe it as a work of art. Perhaps engineers describe the universe more mechanically. Some people describe the universe as a complete randomness. And what's so cool about it is that the universe allows those descriptive elements, and all of it is true. So I'm always thinking of the universe or myself as a work of art, which includes interpretive elements. And as it pertains to music, you've got these large structures. Like if you've ever listened to a symphony, there is a structure to classical music. You've got the exposition, the main themes, and then the composer takes you on a journey, takes your ears away from one key into another, and it transitions you to new segments, new ideas. Old ideas are abandoned. So it is a journey of evolution, which is exactly what our lives are. And we don't always recognize the transitory nature of life. One of those aspects is, of course, birth to death, right? That's a transitory thing. And we mustn't get confused here that our life is some kind of means to an end. It is transitory in that it is always evolving. But I think it evolves in cycles. And you may be going through a transition, and I want to describe that process to you so that you can understand why things might be happening to you, because you are probably you are incarnating to a new thing. I'm actually doing that at this moment. I spent the first half of my life as a professional musician, and I am noticing that I want to become a teacher. I'm not exactly sure what I'm teaching, but I call it sharing my insights. I have a new passion for sharing insight and for helping people to see how communicative life is. It's teaching us, it's admonishing us, it's helping us evolve. And so that's what I consider myself, is just someone who is sharing these insights that seem so very profound to me. So how do you recognize you're in a transition? Number one, and I've got my notes here, that's why I'm looking at, things that used to excite you lose their appeal. That's the first thing. You will notice that things get dim, things that got you excited. For me, when I was younger, music just blew my mind. Learning music, playing music, writing music, performing music. I just loved it. And I noticed that it just declined like that. And I thought maybe I was just going through a midlife crisis, but that's not it at all. So as these things kind of diminish, you have to let them go. You cannot hold on to dead things. Death is an important cyclical nature to the universe. So your passion for something might be withering. Let it go to create space for what wants to evolve and come through. Number two, you will notice that certain people and relationships start to fall apart. So it's not just your intrinsic joys, but you notice people, situations, all sorts of things they just fall away. And you don't have to do anything about this. If you notice relationships just kind of going away, with certain people leaving you, that's fine. You're going through a transition. Social activities also might sort of lose their appeal. Number three, you will experience what I call a coming in. Once you think of it like a butterfly and a caterpillar has to go into a cocoon, and then the form becomes real mushy, and then it emerges as a completely new creature. And this is going to happen several times. So I call it a coming in. And you're going to feel like you're going to be drawn towards the silence. You're going to feel like you're being drawn towards solitude. You're going to feel like you're being drawn towards simplicity. Don't resist that. It's a little scary at first because everything kind of seems to go away. Like this, you might have had a very busy and productive life, but then it folds in on itself, and I call that coming into the closet. You know? It's not just the gays that come out of the closet. The butterflies come out of the cocoon. Lots of us come out of our shell. And the ego is shedding itself. That's one metamorphosis. But the spirit, and you're going to go through several incarnations, although you might keep the same form, although the form too is also incarnating. I don't look the same that I did when I was 25, let me tell you. So this is a constant process. So as you come into the closet, things will get very, very quiet. Number 4, the transition will feel as though it's lasting much longer than you expect. You will feel quiet. You will feel this dimming down of your circumstances. You will feel like the busyness. Don't resist how long it takes. That's very important. Number 5, you will begin to settle in and become excited for no reason. For no apparent reason, you will sense this rejuvenation of life simply for life's sake. Perhaps in former incarnations of yourself, you got excited about extrinsic things, compliments, money, all sorts of things that seem to be coming from the inside. You will now just be excited about life just because. It'll feel more intrinsic. Again, that's part of your coming in story. Number 6, you'll be drawn to self-education and doing nothing. You will want to learn more about yourself in a simple question called, who am I? So self-education will become so much more interesting to you than it ever was before, because younger people think they know themselves, and they don't. We never fully know ourselves, but we get more comfortable with the parts of ourselves that are unknowable. Number 7, you will see new patterns emerging in your own behavior. You will notice, I'm talking about falling away as you come into the closet. There's no better way to describe it. Maybe the cocoon or the womb or whatever. You will notice addictive, compulsive behaviors changing. You will notice yourself taking your time. You will notice yourself softening. This goes back to the idea of the caterpillar. The caterpillar gets inside of the chrysalis and softens. And you will notice all of this happening in you. You will get compassionate. You will get like you would want to stop and talk to the neighbors. You will sense that time is moving slower. You will want to just be a big old softy. That's what you're going to want to be. So you are, because you're turning into you're getting ready to come out of the closet like a butterfly. Then 8, this is the 8th step, your new outwardness will emerge more logically, more sequential, and one step at a time. So as you come into the center in this transition, you will learn how to come out again, but sequentially. You will learn one step at a time is the way to live. And so you will become in sync with yourself. And the way I think of it is a big funnel. That's really what you are, is a huge funnel. Both ends are infinite. So you've got the high end of things, the macrocosm, which I think is the female. It's open, it's vast, it's overwhelming, it seems above your head. This is all you. But it's so vastly big and overwhelming, but you know it's also you. It's feminine. It's the arms stretched open. It's space. It's vacuity. It's openness. It's receptivity. In the case of Christians, that's why the cross is like this. It's open arms. And so you'll feel that expansiveness. You'll be willing to expose the torso. I always would tell my singers, a lot of people, when they get in front of people, they close off the torso. That's because they're not open and soft and true. So that's the open end of the funnel. It's too big. It's too vast. The closed end, or the tip end of the funnel, is the infinite microcosm of focused attention. That's the tip. That's the male end. That's the way the universe kind of is shaped, like a funnel, right? And it's infinitely small. The macrocosm disappears into sharp focus of enthusiasm, passion, love, desire. That's where it burns, on the refinement, the tip of attention. And you are both male and female in this. And so everything sort of lines up. And as you become more focused, your directives from on high come down to the service of what you're supposed to do in that moment. So it's not like this big overwhelming thing. Things become more straightforward when you become a butterfly. And this is going to happen many times. You're going to go through, I'm going through a big incarnation, and I'm in the middle of a transition. So I'm kind of sensitive to it. But the transitions are essential. You can't rush the transitions. You can't get through them. It is a hallway. It is a narrowing. And it'll feel at first you're dying, you're going into a tomb. But somehow that you convert in this mushy space and you have a breakthrough. That's what a breakthrough is. It is breaking the shell of the ego, the false self, the stuff you used to resist. So transitions are really cool in music. They're really neat because they bring you from the former to the new. And then you go through another transition and a new section. But it's all just this musical, artistic thing. Even drama has these ideas. They're transitions. Characters go through them. Narrow hallways. You hear about people who have had near-death experiences. They have that focus going through the tunnel kind of a thing. This is most likely happening. You wouldn't have clicked on this video if this is not happening to you. So think about those 8 things. I'm sure there's a whole lot more to the transitions. But let that be wonderful. It's part of your formation to be transformed. You're going to be transformed. I think it's Paul who said in the book of Corinthians, it says to be transformed from glory to glory to glory to glory to glory to glory. It is a constant dance of infinity. It's a cyclic nature of the universe. The word evolve has the word love in it spelled backwards. And my philosophy of life is that we are born on this planet as aliens. We don't know who we are. We don't know anything. And our destination is to go home. And to go home to ourselves. Somehow the universe has managed to divide itself, and it is now learning how to return to itself, born anew. And this is not religion. This is just the way I see life. This is what's happening to me, and perhaps it's happening to you. You're coming home to love. That's it. You're coming home to love, enthusiasm, joy, and just the love of existence. It's amazing. And you become a butterfly in this ugly world. But people are evolving individually, but we're all collectively destined for this wonderful return trip home. And I'm just telling you, it's wonderful. You're transitioning. You're evolving. You're coming home, and you're not going to feel so alien anymore. You might be a caterpillar right now, but you're destined to be a butterfly. Maybe even more beautiful than that. That's just a wonderful way of looking at how transitory your life is. But again, it is not a means to an end. It's a world without end. It's a constant cycle. Lots to look forward to. Get excited. You're changing. You're not in limbo. Maybe you are. Limbo means sort of in between. You kind of are, but it's fun. You go with it. You're not going to fall off the cliff. You just kind of like, you're suspended. You'll see that you've always been suspended in a sack of love that you got lost in the form. But limbo is not scary. It's your home. Just lost in love. Found in love again. Welcome home. You're transitioning. You'll see. The things you're hearing me say are no accident. Okay, friends, thanks for joining me. My name is Ryan Hebert. I hope you enjoyed my insights, and if you did, please check out my blog, mymorningmotivator.com, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.